Welcome to the Blade Files.
What's up, guys? Your boy Blackwood Cosplay back with another interview on the cutting edge. This time we got episode 19 done diddly done with one of my biggest sort of I'm one of her biggest fans. You could say it, I'm sure she knows. We caught up with Eloise Green and her two little girls. Luckily enough, they ended up coming down for the Waikato summer picnic put on by John and Esther. Massive success. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't as great as we wanted it to be, but nonetheless, it was really cool. So they came down for that. They stayed with us for the weekend, and part of the arrangement was if they stayed with us, she had to let me do an interview with her. Because, you know, some people, it's just not their thing. But, yeah, so... And I've been wanting to do this one for, like, since I've known her, because her thinking, obviously, is just so out of, you know, because she doesn't do, she has done, but she doesn't really prefer to do replica builds. She likes to put her own spin on things, and, like, I just, if you've seen her Hades up close and checked out the insane amount of different kinds of detail, and I've harped on it about it before, but, if you've checked out her Hades before, it's just got some totally unreal stuff going on there, as well as the book of spells that she did for the witches cosplay that they did. She's just got some really crazy thinking. But so you get a good insight into that and why it is on the interview, as well as her little girls are involved in it too. So, like, obviously they cosplay now, so we've got the next generation of cosplayers coming through, and I got to interview them as well. Well, you know, I asked them the same questions that I was asking Eloise. But nonetheless, check out the interview, see what you think of Eloise Green, a.k.a. Blackwood Cosplay, and her thoughts on cosplay. What's up, guys? It's your boy Blackwood Cosplay. We're back with episode 19 on season 2 of the cutting edge of NZ cosplay. This time we've got our very first cosplay family. We've got the super creative and one of my most super favourite cosplayers in the scene, the massively creative, the super talented, the otherworldly talented is Eloise Green, aka Blackwood Cosplay, as well as the next generation of cosplay superstars. What's your name?
My name is Seren, and my name is Cerys.
Be one to look out for these two. Most of you already know how good their looks are. Just like always, we'll jump straight into it. Mm-hmm. So how long have you been cosplaying and how did you get started?
3 years. And it started with... No, should I say I've attended get-ins for 4 years, but I've only been cosplaying 3 years. But her first get-in she cosplayed. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
And that character was?
The Hobbit.
Most people remember, and apparently a lot of people only focused on the feet.
And I was just a generic elf. Just your everyday kind of elf.
And the biggest part of that cosplay happened to be the dress you were wearing?
Yes, it was my wedding dress.
You know, because if you're going to get some mileage out of your wedding dress more than once,
Plan well.
then well, use it in a cosplay. What about you guys? Technically, how long have you both been cosplaying for now?
I've been cosplaying for 4 years now. I'm getting none.
You 3 years.
And I was 3 years cosplaying.
Did you guys start up because you wanted to jump in there and have fun with Mum?
Yes, we did.
And do you?
Yeah. We always have a lot of fun with our mum.
Anyone at the picnic today would notice it. What are the main reasons behind you choosing the cosplays that you do?
My children choose them. I usually ask them, what would you like to be for Armageddon? And they choose the characters and we sort of whittle it down to see what I am able to do. But usually it's what they choose. It's a challenge because, yes.
Children's imaginations are apparently a little bigger than your average adult.
Than my abilities, yeah.
I've yet to see the limit to that ability. As yet, like, the cosplays that you've done recently, do you find that they're more in line with what's mainstream, or do you still like to do your own take? Like obviously Hades, for a perfect example, you put your own classic spin on that. It was far different to anyone that had done Hades before. You don't do replica builds.
Winifred Sanderson was a replica.
Yep.
And it was probably my hardest cosplay. So hats off to people who do replica builds, because goodness knows it's hard to get the right look, the right thing. So I sort of alternate between my own creation for one cosplay, and then the next get-in I will do a replica of some description, and then I'll do the following get-in one of my own. So I sort of mix it up a bit.
Which do you enjoy the most?
My own.
Why?
Because I can go crazy. And there's no limits to what I can use, as you well know.
Yep. Yep.
And it's, a lot of it is financially motivated as well.
That's a huge part of your builds? That's a huge part of your thinking process?
To be honest, I know that maybe I have a God-given talent to change the mundane into something else with a bit of spray paint. But, but I always put a challenge to myself that nobody's always aware of, that it may not cost me anything. I have to use what I've got. I cannot buy. So it puts a different angle on what I'm creating and how I can use it and utilize it. Just challenge myself. What's the point of cosplaying if you're not going to challenge yourself?
So you add, like,
I make it hard for myself. Yes, I make it hard for myself.
Said every cosplayer ever. Which of the cosplays you've done has been the most challenging to create, and why?
Winifred. Why? Because,
what was the hardest part of it?
Because there's no photos of the back of her blinking coat.
Apparently it was missing things. So I've recently found out.
It was only missing things at Manugeddon, and it wasn't at Christchurch. It was ready. It was ready for Christchurch.
As far as I know, and I don't know every cosplayer out there, but no one else picked up on that.
But I did.
Cosplayers' own eyes just pick up far too much for their own work.
No, I just think we like the challenge. Why else do we make our own? If we didn't like the challenge, we'd all go out and buy.
Does that have anything to do with why you two pick the cosplays that you like? Do you pick really hard stuff so Mummy gets a good challenge out of it?
Well, we picked them because we like the cosplay, and we also think we might get enough attention. Yes.
Said every cosplayer ever, even at a young age. Don't deny it.
But we do aim for positive attention.
Indeed, indeed.
That, admittedly, I've got the cute factor.
Can't be denied. Already award winners. Today's picnic, twice. Beat that. What new skills have you had to learn because of cosplay?
Wow, sewing.
Had to learn sewing, apparently.
How not to blow up a hot glue gun.
In saying that, you could tell a couple have gone down.
I'm on a dozen now. The last 3 years I've killed a few. I've learned to work with Warbler, which if I wasn't a cosplayer I would never have come across this wonderful, wonderful product. Yeah. I love it. Just learning how materials work, react with each other. Spray paint will stick to certain things, will eat other things. And it's a nasty thing, styrofoam. And it chips and leaves horrible bits everywhere. Just general pushing the comfort zone.
You like to push the limit.
I like to put myself outside of my comfort zone because that's when I feel alive. Swearing, pulling my hair out, sleepless nights, insomnia, not eating. Sound familiar, everyone?
Does it? Does it a little? Threatening people with sewing needles? Pulling sewing machines out of the wall?
Yeah, no, I haven't quite done that. I actually do like my sewing machine for now.
There you go.
But yeah, so it's cosplay cosplay in itself is just looking at things differently. How are you going to replicate it? And that in itself is a talent, I think. And hats off to everybody that does it.
Indeed, indeed. Does your love of cosplay spill over into real life, or do you keep the two separate?
Okay? There's difference.
There's no grey area with some people.
I do actually keep it quite separate. I live in a very small town. I am known as the crazy lady for many reasons.
That everyone's kids want to go and hang out with.
And I have been known to fetch my kids at school in full cosplay because of a photo shoot or whatever, and I just didn't have time. So, yeah, I guess it always will spill over into my normal life because as the kids, Mum, can you make me a daffodil costume for school? We've got this day. Mum, I need a red costume. Mum, I want to be Elsa. Can you make me it? It's always there. It's just part of my life. It's everywhere. I see, oh, I'll keep that. That could be a good cosplay. Oh, I could keep those materials. That could come in handy. So, yes and no. You know, you sort of pick your battles when it comes to that one.
When an event's coming up, do you two like know something's coming up and it's going to be a costume and you're like, yeah, I've got the best mum that knows how to make the best costumes?
Well, sometimes it just pops in our brains, but sometimes it just comes to us naturally.
Is it because you know mum's that good at making stuff, or you would just say, Mum, can you make us this? Don't care if you don't know how, can you find out how?
Well, we think Mummy's really good at making costumes. That's why we ask her to make them.
So you're quite happy with what she gets you, what she makes for you?
Yeah.
Oh, would be too.
Even though they might scratch a bit and you don't stop growing, so you can't plan a cosplay too far in advance and measuring the child while they're sleeping because it's at 2 a.m. in the morning.
In saying that, though, you've already mentioned previously that as they do grow out of their cosplays, you're forced to change those cosplays and utilise them in another way.
Yes.
That's what you've done with previous cosplays of theirs.
For example, her Beetlejuice is size adjustable. I can wear it.
Engineering. Thinking ahead.
Winifred Sanderson's coat is fully reversible. I can turn it inside out and it's a purple coat.
This is what you're thinking the whole time that you're creating.
I don't.
Multiple uses.
Yes, because I, as most of us have very limited space in our homes, I don't want to make a cosplay just for one. I want to be able to, if my mood changes or if the circumstance arises or the opportunity, I want to be able to wear something else but yet have one costume and 2 or 3 or 4 uses. I don't see the point of having just the one item.
It's restricting.
It is. It is. And if you see my wardrobe, you'll understand why.
We've seen the photos.
Yeah, that's only the one wardrobe.
When's that guy getting out?
It's only the one wardrobe, Johnny. There's 3 more.
Okay, so this is probably a given. How do your family, i.e. your children, obviously, and your friends view your love of cosplay? Especially in your community.
Special. She's special. I've had my community come up to me and say, oh, you should open up a costume shop. And the answer to that is no, because you are not ruining my stuff. I'm very stingy. I don't lend out my cosplays. I don't know anybody. Unless, I don't mind lending out pieces. You know, a belt here, but don't wear my coat. Am I the only one?
Cosplayers will understand that.
Yeah, because I get a lot of support. I do get the odd person knocking on my door. Oh, do you have a Rastafari wig? No, go away. Yeah, I get that a lot. People asking for things. Like I say, I don't lend them out, and I've made it very clear now to people. But the town in general are very supportive. It's sort of made a name for me. I mean, if any photographers in town want a steampunk costume, they come to me and go, oh, could you do this? It's like, hell yeah, I can get free photos out of this. I'm paying for a photographer, even better.
on that note, were you a steampunk cosplayer before you came into the realm of general cosplay?
Okay. Maybe you can answer that one. Because my first... I don't consider wearing my wedding dress as cosplay because it's a wedding dress. Alright? I just went along for the ride. It was... that was the focus. But the following year I created the Baroness.
Yep.
And she was mine. She'll always be mine. So, I'm not sure how to answer that really.
Do you consider yourself to be more of a steampunk, like is steampunk your thing, or it's just become general cosplay now?
I must say that I tend to gravitate always towards steampunk. I always see, I think that because of my recycling and upcycling and reusing, steampunk does a lot of that, and that's probably why it appeals to me. And it's easy.
Most people that know, anyone that's watched these interviews know that my view on steampunk is they're like the jazz musicians of the world, where they don't play normal stuff because they're that far ahead that they prefer to do things that are just ultimately super creative. They're not replicables. You coming off a steampunk background, and your first creation in steampunk being the Baroness, and then coming in as Hades, did Hades have steampunk elements on it, or was it just that was just your take on Hades? Because no Hades looks like your Hades.
I don't think, I had a few people say to me, oh, Avatar. No, just because I'm blue, I'm not an Avatar. Don't have a tail yet. Working on that one. I always research my characters or my creations, and normally if I'm going to steampunk something, it is I want to do a steampunk version that's not been done before. And to be fair, that steampunk is a great genre for that, because not many people can replicate what you do. Everybody has a different take on it. Yeah. But I love my daughters chose Hades for me.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they chose Hades. Cerys wanted to be Jafar. Seren wanted to be Ursula, and they wanted me to do Hades. And what I liked was it was a crossplay, so I could fem, and I like taking strong characters. What's stronger than death? The man who owns your soul. Turn it in, steampunk it, fem it, and make it a warrior, as in battle worthy. Not quite, you've got I've seen female Hades, I've seen warrior Hades, but I've not seen steampunk Hades.
Steampunk female Hades.
Warrior. So I just really like, those are like sort of my favourite elements that I wanted to incorporate into one character if I could, without going over the top. And,
just in case you've never looked closely at that cosplay, over the top. In the dictionary, it's got a picture of her Hades. Not in a bad way.
It's just, I wanted to create something that was mine, that's not been done before. And as you are Blade, everybody knows you as Blade. Hopefully now Black Panther will come in here too.
Yeah.
But I want to, at least, it's quite rewarding to have people, I love my Hades, but it is super rewarding for people to go, oh my god, you are Hades. I am remembered for my creation.
Oh yeah.
So that's one of the reasons, because if I've got nothing against people who do the normal, the basic Hades dress and the whole wig thing, but it sort of blends in with the crowd. Yeah. I wanted one of my characters to be, yes, it's Hades, yes, it's steampunk, yes, it's crazy, and yes, it's you. So
in a nutshell,
that was my one character, and I'm very proud of it. It took a lot of work. A lot of cutting corners to make a suit for me, and on a budget.
What did it ping you? What did it cost you all up?
Hades entire it's buying the chain.
You're gonna hate this answer.
Buying the wire for the chainmail, because my husband, bless his got in Switzerland to make chainmail for me, because I didn't want to do it. The dress, the bases, everything. I'm not including the morph suit because that was a later edition.
Yeah, it was.
Came up to $20.
I can feel the viewers, and granted there's probably not a lot of them, are just seething right now.
Oh no, I'm telling porkies, my teeth. But because I use the teeth for everything else, I don't count it as part of that costume because I use it for a few others as well.
Yeah.
The teeth did put the back a fair some, but I love my teeth. And I do wear it a lot. So, yes. So all in all, just probably between $20 to maybe max $30.
Yeah, because $30 is just... that's like 1 metre of material for some people. Maybe 2.
Well, I'm just very lucky. I get a lot of things given to me, because everybody knows me in town. They know I collect fabric. They know I collect pieces. I just go onto our local chit-chat page and say, I'm looking for swimming pool hoses because I'm making an alien with lots of arms, and then I'll come home the next day from work and there'll be 10 hoses laying in my front yard.
I'm collecting dollar notes, just for anyone.
I've tried that. No,
okay.
That one.
Had to try.
Diamonds I went for.
What is cosplay about for you, and what are your favourite things about it?
You're going to make me have to think now.
What do you guys like about cosplay?
Well, I like seeing all the different costumes, all the steampunk, everything.
What do you like about it? Do you like the costumes to wear them? Do you
Yes.
like having the awesome costume?
Yes.
Yes.
And I like having photos with everyone else in their amazing costumes.
Born cosplay. Favourite 3 things right there.
And you? What's your favourite? What do you love about dressing up and going to Armageddon?
You have a lot of fun, and it's really fun. Just going around and see if people want to have a photo with you.
Nothing but honesty from children.
That's what we do, right? I mean, if you didn't want people to take photos of you, you wouldn't dress up and go to these things, would you? Because that's part of parcel.
Yeah. Do you, I know a lot of adults, when they do their cosplays, children will come up to them and just go, oh, like you're Superman. And adults come up to you and go, oh my God, you're the cutest little Edward Scissorhands, or you're the cutest Jafar. Or...
Well, yes we do, and sometimes we even get elderly people.
Mummy's age.
Mm-hmm.
You like people.
Is that a cool part about it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And it's really fun.
Fun, see?
That's the main element, isn't it? Cosplay.
Absolutely.
And plus, we have to go to bed late because we come back really late.
Yeah, that's the best part. They get to eat junk food and go to bed.
Notice the smile that we get to go to bed late and grin. I'm not hating that part at all.
Well, we usually have pizza for dinner.
And the tradition continues.
Yeah.
And a lot of it.
Well, you can never have too much pizza. Looking at me like I'm the reason.
Or fish and chips.
Can't count out fish and chips. Do you ever feel unmotivated to either make or do cosplay? Like, are there times when you're building something and you can't go any further on it, and what do?
I walk away and I start something else. And then the solution comes to me and I go back and finish it. I don't give up. I don't. I'm a Jack Russell. I'm tenacious.
How's that for an explanation? That's descriptive.
Well, what's the point? I mean, that's why we do it. It's a challenge. And if you're going to get stumped and stop and disheartened by the first obstacle or the first bad word that somebody disses your cosplay, no, you can't please all the people all of the time. So just suck it up, pull up your big girl's pants and get on with it.
There you go.
Or big boy pants.
Or big boy pants. It's just, if I had to give up at every hurdle and obstacle, Hades would never have happened. Winifred Sanderson would never have happened. I've had many sleepless nights, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., work full time next day, kids, get home, cook dinner, get back onto the cosplay once they're in bed and work. And that's the way I do it. It works around my kids. But I won't let it beat me. It's a costume, for God's sake. I'm not going to let it beat me.
It's an inanimate object. You're my creation. You'll be what I want you to be.
I am the master. You are the Padawan.
C.T. Fletcher of cosplay right there.
And once you get that into it, once you get your mindset right, and you're doing it, and cosplay is doing it for you. It's not about everybody else. It's not about having the best costume or the biggest entourage or the most photos. It's about having fun. Bottom line, God, we're grown-ups playing dress up, for goodness sake.
Yeah. It's not quite so serious.
It's not. Okay, yes, it is serious when your hot glue gun blows up at 2 a.m. and you've got this much to finish and you think it's serious. It's not the end of the world. It's just get on with it. Go to bed, sleep on it, get a new glue gun in the morning. Sorry, my little rant there. But you know what I mean. That way at all. No, but you know what I mean. It's at the end of the day, have fun. Don't let the naysayers get you down, because then they win. Don't let your costume get you down, because then it wins. It's just find another way. Google something. YouTube if you have to. Ask somebody on Cosplay New Zealand. It can be fixed. I mean, all of us. It's the most helpful community. If I've gotten stuck on things and somebody's gone, oh, I'll send you this, and I can help you. Oh, this is what you do, and we've all done it.
Yeah.
No matter how good you think you are, or other people think you are, we're all human, and we're all going to make mistakes, and we're all going to think, well, this will work with that, and when you put it together, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Then you just step back, go build something else, try again.
Simple.
Says she who does a lot of swear words.
It's not the only one, we all know that.
But sometimes somebody just needs to say it.
That's true. Is there a style or genre of cosplay that you prefer over any other, or do you just have a broad interest? You don't you're not typecast to Disney or Marvel or DC or anime?
For me, personally, and when it comes to making my kids cosplays, I won't let them wear a cosplay that they can't watch. If you know what I mean.
What's your reasoning?
Well, usually age appropriate. It's a big thing for me. I mean, she's only 6 and she's 9. Yeah. I would never put her in a miniskirt, because for me as a parent, I don't care what other people do, but that's me.
Yeah.
If she's not allowed to watch see anything with Hit Girl, why should she cosplay it? She can't then be the character.
Yeah.
I adore these cute kids and these lovely, but it's the parent. That's the parent's choice on what the kid's wearing.
Yeah.
I want them to choose. They're old enough to make up their own minds. For me, I have a world of respect for other cosplayers, but I could not cosplay something that was not age appropriate or even size appropriate to myself, because I could not believe in the character.
Yeah.
That is me. It's not pertaining to anybody else. That is just me, because when I cosplay and I'm in character, if anybody knows me, I'm in character. And I do try and scare as many people as possible, or freak people out, because that's usually the characters I choose. But if I don't believe in the character, if I don't feel comfortable, I cannot be the character.
You can't portray the character.
I can't put my attitude into it. I can't be sassy. I can't, I can't act drunk because I'm Eddie from AbFab. If I didn't like watching AbFab, because I wouldn't understand her subtleties, her nuances, her just, the way she moves her hands and the way she carries on and falls out of a limo.
That was their entrance to Armageddon, a limo. And then have the audacity to get out of it like they were just completely off the tree.
Hey, water is H2O. Fish do funny things in it,
Yeah.
But no, those are my limitations normally. They are. But I guess just when you get, I am of the older cosplay side, so I look at things maybe because I've got the kids. I sort of have a filter that goes, can't watch that, no, you can't do that, no, it's just the way it is, and I get that subconsciously probably limits my choices a lot, and that's maybe why I take stronger characters, because when you get older, you're sort of more comfortable in your skin.
This is true. Oh, I wouldn't know, actually.
But if I was waffling, but if I can't believe in a character, if I've got nothing in common with the character, I can't wear the character. I can't be comfortable. I will be going, this is wrong, and that's not. I need to be the character. And I need to have fun. And if you're not comfortable in what you're wearing, you can't have fun.
There you go.
That's true.
If you can't pull off the role, he's not going to do it.
I mean, you well know when the kids, when there's a camera, I say, girls, action. They go, you know, they get the motions and they get. That's just the way, because I've allowed, they could see them film, they could understand the character.
Yeah.
And I mean, what's the point of just standing there? You know, you want to get a bit of pizzazz and zazazum in there, you know.
What about you guys? What's your favourite kind of cosplays?
Well, I don't know.
Who was your favourite costume that I've ever made you?
Well, I'd say that was Beetlejuice.
That's your favourite? Really?
That is a good looking
Oh.
cosplay.
Because the movie is kind of steampunk and yeah,
Well,
it's a bit spooky.
it's a bit spooky. It's not so much steampunk.
It's
Mummy-
easy to
it's
pull over
Mummy
to that side.
It was Mummy that put it onto steampunk.
Yeah.
And it's spooky at times and a little bit funky.
She likes funky. You, who was your favourite cosplay that I had?
It's Edward Scissorhands.
You just like the scissors, don't you?
Who doesn't like scissors for hands?
I can't believe they tagged them. The blue and
After Manukau, you couldn't believe they tagged scissor hands. They tagged
a book.
a book. The book. I'm not even going to go further on that because
What am I
It makes
going
me
to
angry.
do? What am I going to do? Bore you to death?
did they actually believe there were real spells in there and hence could be used to harm other people? Way to go, Armageddon Security. Well done.
Oh, well, look, I would like to take this moment to actually say the Christchurch security was wonderful. They stopped me 5 times.
Because she was that believable that she was off her tree.
That's perfect. I mean, right?
Where are you when Jack Sparrow's wandering around?
Well, I did walk around with a bottle of wine. It was a plastic bottle.
Plastic bottle?
Plastic bottle, and I never knew you got wine in plastic bottles. No, who knew? But thumbs up to the security in Christchurch. They were very good, and they checked
very good.
everything. They were thumbs up to them, and the goal was to see how many times we get checked.
Testing the boundary. The boundary is working.
Yes, keeping them, testing them, putting them on their toes. So I just wanted to say that. I mean, so they were good. They were good, and they were very polite about it too.
There you go. Comment retracted. Way to go, Christchurch
I
Security.
just thought I'd fix that.
Don't know about awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is your favourite cosplay that you've seen, as well as your favourite or most inspiring cosplayers? Is it be local or abroad?
Oh gosh, there's so many.
Everyone says that.
No, seriously, because I look at something at the element. I look at the cosplay. It's got to look good from far. But the closer it comes, it's got to look better,
Yeah.
and it's got to get better.
No one said
And
that.
better and better. And there are a few cosplays that look good from far, and the closer they got, the further you walk backwards to keep it looking good. I'm not naming names, but there was at Christchurch. He was an alien. From Aliens, he had the whole movable jaw and. And he had a floating spine, he had the floating tail.
Wow.
And I said to him, "Look, would you mind me fondling your tail?" And he was quite happy about me feeling him up. I did ask permission, okay? And just his work was, I don't know who the cosplayer was.
Well, his name's, I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, and if you
Julius
can
someone.
tell it, I thought his work was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. That was Christ. I think I do like the cosplays that have detailing, attention to detail.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm always drawn to that. And today the costumes.
Yeah. The Waikato Summer Picnic.
Today, I mean, it's a day picnic. It's not even like, I mean, it was a great event, but it's not Armageddon.
Yeah.
But just the effort everybody went to.
Just for a picnic.
Yeah. What was Game of Thrones? What was the guy's name?
The DeWilds?
No.
Oh, Troy Hallett, the White Walker. Troy Hallett.
Oh, my new favourite.
For two reasons. One, he did the White Walker, and the other one, he did the Stargate Serpent Guard.
Gould.
There we go.
He's tall.
He's married.
So am I. There's still window shop. No, just kidding. It's just when he came across the field.
Yeah.
And I looked up and I saw him. I went, I pooped a bit.
Just that entrance alone of him coming down the hill.
I went paka because it caught your eye. You went, I can see who you are.
Yeah.
That's intimidating. That is damn good.
Yeah.
And the closer he got, I mean, it was his stance, it was his attitude. He believed in it. You could see it. He was there. He was a White Walker. And today, that's definitely, I think that's the only photo I took of somebody. Can you please stand?
Troy Hallett. You have a fan.
Well, I did speak. It's just, I think it's different. I've not seen anybody else do it.
No, he's the first one to attempt it.
So it's definitely, I do like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I like being the first.
Yeah.
Like your first.
What about you guys? What's your favourite cosplays that you've seen?
Well, a few aliens and a few witches.
Oh, I know. Can you remember last year there was an aerial, a warrior?
Yes,
yeah.
it was a warrior
and
aerial.
They followed her. They were, oh, I love the costume. And they were following her everywhere. I did get a photo of her. I don't think I got her name. But because she was Ursula.
Yeah.
And the rapport they had, I mean, I look and I go, okay, I like that. You know, that's just really cool.
Yeah.
They were really playing the part. And I think she said, I like that cosplay, mummy. It's my favourite.
Yeah, that warrior aerial was quite good.
Yeah, I can't remember the girl's name.
Yeah.
Sorry if I don't remember you.
They'll know who they are if they're watching.
But there's just, I mean, I'm not familiar with the anime genre. It's
a pretty big genre to try and
It's huge, and there are just
huge.
so many characters. But from what I saw today at the picnic, wow.
Yeah, the level of detail on that was
You know,
pretty
I
huge.
never knew who the hell Sailor Moon was until I started going to Armageddon. It's like, what? There's how many moons?
Yeah.
You know, I guess every Armageddon, every picnic, everything, there'll always be the standout, whether it be homemade, bought, but it's mostly got to do with the person wearing it.
And how you convey that into.
You can wear a bag, and as long as you believe it's a suit, everybody else will believe.
There you go. Wear whatever you want, make it believable.
Yeah, just believe in it, believe in yourself.
What about you? What's your favourite?
Me and Mummy and Kia's been to Armageddon, and we saw a really high person, and Mummy told me the person who it was, and it was Mystique. Yes.
Miss Diamond.
At Auckland.
Yeah. That was crazy.
That was. She's like 7 foot tall and wearing heels, and I'm 5 foot nothing, standing next to her, I'm feeling like I'm your child.
Yeah.
You know, but stunning.
Yeah, like just the thinking alone for that transition effect to make it, but the way she was walking around was exactly how Mystique walks around.
She was regal.
Yeah, but sultry and powerful and.
Yeah. She was hot.
Getting photos all over the place, right? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but like I caught her just after the Cosplay Cup competition. I was like, man, I can't believe how amazing you. Well, I probably threw a few expletives in there. But she couldn't get over how people were just buzzing out.
It was different. It was, like you say, her take on it was just
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was awesome. How do you view the New Zealand cosplay community in general?
Supportive.
Yeah.
Support. In general, if you overlook the hissy fits and the undercurrent and things between whatever, I found the cosplay community awesome.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met you.
This is
if
true.
it wasn't for it.
This is true.
You know, I would have met Liv. I wouldn't have the friends I now have if it wasn't for the community. And you know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Do you think the skill level in New Zealand is on par with the rest of the world?
No, I think we're better.
Yeah, go New
There we
Zealand.
go, there we go, New Zealand
If
cosplay.
you look at it, we're so far from everything else.
Yeah.
We haven't. It's only recently we've been able to get things like Warbler and that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
we've had to make do. How long has Armageddon been running? 20 years.
20 years.
So for the last 18 years, we've pretty much had to do what we do with
The
nothing.
little that we can
What we can
access.
lay our hands on.
Yeah.
If you didn't know anybody in the States, you couldn't get that wig. If you didn't know somebody here, you just couldn't. I mean, it's opening up now, and all these sites are opening up, and I mean, just hearing about these awesome sites.
Thank you, Maylee. Ciao, Bell.
I've looked at photos in past events, and the quality and the consistent improvement
Yeah.
is mind-blowing.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big.
And I mean, come on, New Zealand, you've done it on next to nothing. You've made it work.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Pretty much. We don't have multiple events. We have like 4 events.
Yeah.
And one of them is the main one.
And the dedication that people, I mean, we know it. We've all done the live chats and
Yeah.
come on, you can do it.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And just, I've heard of cosplays and events in Italy where if you enter the competition, the other opposing people will sabotage your kit. They will walk past you and rip your wing off if you wear it. I've heard, I mean, I speak to a lot of people all over the world. That's in Italy for the one, because I mean, of course, yeah, we might have a bit of a, you get those.
Yeah.
I've been looking all over.
You know.
But we would never, ever go out and destroy somebody's work.
No.
We would build them up instead. And that is, I mean, that's why I think New Zealand's far better than the rest of the world. Because we don't have that cutthroat, I'm better than you, and attitude. We've got the, look here, yeah, you've fallen down. Here's my hand, mate, I'll help you up.
There you go. So she's Hades.
That's true. You know it.
Indeed, indeed. Been there myself. On to Armageddon experiences. What was your first Armageddon and your favourite Armageddon so far?
Okay. First Armageddon was the year we met you.
Yep. Which
You
was
weren't in cosplay though.
2014.
Yeah, you weren't in cosplay though,
Yeah.
but she was, and I was wearing a wedding dress. That was the first one. So no, it's 2013, not 14.
Might have been too,
2013.
yeah. Actually.
Because I remember it was an odd number.
I'm sure it was 2012.
That was the first Hamilton Armageddon.
We didn't go to that, did we? Were you there?
Because like it was so long ago.
Oh,
Been in
sugar.
this game
Hey.
so long.
4 years.
We go by
Yeah,
costumes. If you go a year for every cosplay you've made, I've been cosplaying for like 40 years.
Officially.
It was 2012.
Yes.
How old were you? She was too young to go. You were,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
4 years ago.
were you 5 or 6? You were
So,
5.
yeah, it was 4 years ago. It wasn't the first Hamilton Armageddon. It
No.
would have been like the second one.
Yeah, I think I didn't go to the first one. I don't think.
It's a while ago.
We're getting old, buddy. We can't remember. Anyway, a long time ago.
Embrace the wee.
Best Armageddon experience? I can tell you the worst one, but not.
What was the worst one and
Manukau.
why?
I did not like Manukau. I did not like the building at all.
A lot of people share that view.
I felt it was unwelcoming. It was it was just unfriendly. It was stupidly laid out. There was bottlenecks everywhere, and there were places where there was. It just wasn't. I'm glad it's not there. It was. I left there without that. I had a great day feeling. Do you know what I mean?
Evident by the clear lack of cosplayers there, because there was hardly any. There was hardly any.
So that was my worst. I think the best one was when we did the Disney villains, the three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was just nobody we were the only Ursula, the only Jafar, and the only Hades there that day.
Yeah.
And it does. I mean, I love groups. I love everybody being, but it does make a difference when you're looking for somebody and go, "Have you seen Hades?" And they go, "Yeah, she's down there." But you know, if you've mentioned any other, have you seen? Oh, which one? There's about 15.
Yeah. No, the one you're looking for is that way.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It does not help, especially when you've got kids.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the first Armageddon she went, I lost her. Well, you know where I found her? At Information Drawing Zebras.
Smart child.
And she told me to wait because this one's a unicorn. I put thorn on it.
Doing it for Deadpool, don't you know?
Doing it for Deadpool. Yeah, so I would definitely say the trio of villains, because for me that was actually my first proper cosplay. Because the Baroness is mine.
Yeah.
She's not a cosplay. She's my alter ego.
A couple of people understand this.
Especially with steampunk, you can do that because she's got a backstory and she's got a history that I've done a lot of research into. But Hades would probably be the first cosplay I actually went, yes, I'm going to make this. This is what I want to do, and I did it. I didn't end up the way I started, but
yeah, it ended up extremely detailed.
It's yeah, it's all right. I do like the teeth.
The teeth.
Sorry.
I'm not going to go there because I have previous times.
Johnny, it's hard for me, you know that.
Yeah. Apparently she doesn't think she's that good. She's already running conclusions. Pretty much 99.9% of them are good. What about you guys? What was your favourite Armageddon?
My favourite one was when we dressed up as Disney villains.
Yours too.
So.
Jafar. Yeah.
The Disney villain.
We were cool.
But
We were scary.
That, Jafar's hat was quite sweaty in there.
Oh, that was a big hat.
It was a big hat. Well, you wanted the turban. I made you a turban and you wore it.
The joys of cosplay, even in young
I
age.
want this costume. Yeah, we're too tight. I don't care. I've worked 20 days on this.
But you can't wait to try a foam mask.
Yeah, imagine how hot Johnny gets behind that mask. Yeah.
It's pretty hot.
Yeah, he's sweaty.
He used to.
Oh, dehydration.
Yeah. That's why we're lucky to have people like Sephiroth and Lucy running around giving everyone water.
They're good, aren't they?
They're good like that.
They're good. They care about us. They love us.
Why not?
Really, Mummy?
What advice would you offer to anyone interested in trying cosplay for the first time?
Go for it. Don't think about it, just do it. Don't worry what anybody else says, do it for yourself. Who cares what anybody else says? None of us are getting out alive, so I do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just like that.
My advice would be to keep trying and do your best, no matter how hard your cosplay will be.
And you? What advice would you give to somebody who wants to make a costume? Or buy or wear the costume?
I would say, if you want to make a costume, never give up on it.
There you go. This is our future of cosplay. Right here. Excellent. What are we going to see from Blackwood Cosplay and family in the future, if it's not secret? What have you got in the works? You haven't even given Mum, I want this next.
Oh, well, it's already been... We are doing...
Seventh sign.
if that was a secret, it's not anymore.
They want to be assassins from the movie Seventh Son. You just want a sword, don't you?
That's understandable. That's totally understandable.
And Mummy wants to be Mother Malcolm.
So if you know, and you probably should by now, if you know Eloise Green's level of detail on anything that she's made thus far, even including the kids' cosplays, you can guess that her take on Mother Malcolm, if it's replica, is going to be insanely detailed.
Really?
Which means the assassins are going to be insanely detailed, which means make sure you've got an empty SD card on your camera because you're going to want to get some photos of this.
Yeah, but we are doing Alice. We are doing something old, which will be me, the Queen of Hearts. Something new, which I've got the fourth member. Something borrowed, or something created, I would call it.
This is almost sounding like a spell of
Something
sorts.
created, which will be the Cheshire Cat, and I'm doing my spin on it, and I'm doing I'm trying to incorporate 3 genres into the Cheshire Cat, and in something blue would be Alice. So yes,
Multiple challenges all in one. Because why not?
I mean, mine's just going to be. I tend to step back if I work more on the kids' costumes.
Yeah.
Because I showcase it. It's still me. It's still mine. I made it. But I'm not going to get my backside into an Alice dress. So I may as well let my child wear it. And yeah.
Are you happy with the way their cosplays have been perceived this year?
Yes. I'm actually. Yes.
What about you guys? Do you think everyone thought your cosplays were super unreal?
Yeah. Some people came up to me and said, "Can I have your photo?" And some of them came up to me and said as well that my costume was adorable.
We'll take adorable.
I'll take adorable. I'd take adorable. How about you?
Edward Scissorhands?
Yes.
It's your favourite?
Yes. And a lot of people came up to me and asked me for a photo with Mummy and Kiers, and sometimes on my own.
But I don't think Edward's been done in a while with the full regalia.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been done my way. I mean, Edward Scissorhands is steampunk.
Yeah.
You know, there's no getting away from it. It's more goth punk than, you know, on the goth side of things. But I wanted to do a girly steampunk version. So we got Edwina Scissorhands. And also it's not been done like that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mummy pulled that off, I think.
Is there a chance that we're going to see 2 new entrants in the junior division next year?
I need to research that first.
There are changes coming on Tuesday, apparently.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm not too sure on the rules and how much they've got to make. Because to be fair, 6 and 9. I mean,
yeah.
You know, if I'm going to jump in and just hover helicopter mother and do everything, it sort of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's got to be a cosplay that they would be comfortable enough to wear. So, you know, I just want to see the rules, and if it's suitable, then yeah. I mean,
Get a little loose.
well, what do they wear? I mean, Jafar was a replica.
Yeah.
It was. I took many a screenshot of the movie, and it was down even to the stripe.
Yeah.
Which I realised I'd forgotten until the night before, and then I quickly sewed that in. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I think, given the junior division has only grown since its inception, you might as well just, as long as it, like you've mentioned yourself before, as long as it doesn't detract the fun from what you're doing. Mm-hmm. If you're going to jump in there and have a go at a competition just for the experience, do it, because it's massive fun.
I mean, I don't care about myself. I do it for them.
Yeah.
It's sort of, for whatever reason you do cosplay and make your costumes, I do it for making memories and spending time with my kids.
Yeah.
And learning many a new swear word.
Cosplayers pretty much have most of those down. Would you guys like to compete?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would wear my Edward Scissorhands costume and show everyone the scissors that Mummy made.
There you go.
And if you're a cosplayer now, just blow us away.
Bet you weren't expecting that, were you? You better look out for us too, because we're coming. Well, that's our interview.
You wanted them on it, no?
That's episode 19 of the Cutting Edge of NZ Cosplay. Thank you very much to the Green family
Thank you.
for being part of our theme.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching.
It's totally my most favourite interview so far. Are we going to dab out?
Are we going to dab? Which way are we dabbing?
There.
That way!
Excellent. Excellent.